Today is officially week 1 of our new term, and it's starting out with a few assignments and a couple discussion posts, things of that nature. Not a lot of work to do. Honestly, I kind of got a jump start on some of this work, so it's not going to be as taxing or as difficult to do or finish up today. I have a few things I want to finish up. I'll probably spend most of the time pulling research for my doctoral study and really working on that, as we're progressing through my program. But today I wanted to talk more so about some of the differences between programs. I've had a question from somebody, one of my previous videos, and they asked me, was I getting a PhD? And no, I'm not getting my PhD. I'm getting a professional doctorate. But I want to talk about the difference because I understand that there may be a lot of confusion when it comes to different types of professional doctorates that exist versus the PhD. And a lot of times people think that certain degrees are PhDs and they're not. So I want to talk about the difference between those today and really explain the one that I am getting and why you would get those types of degrees. So I'll start off by talking about why it would be appropriate for you to get a PhD. So a PhD is a research degree. And it is really based on making a contribution to academia. You see this a lot from people who have aspirations to teach at the university level, or people who want to become experts and they're in a certain topic or a certain field, and they want to contribute from an educational standpoint to that industry. And that is why one would and should make the goal to get a PhD. This is why you would make a decision to go PhD. Now, the difference between a PhD and a professional doctorate is a professional doctorate is a very focused, and it's an applied doctoral degree. So a medical doctor is an applied doctoral degree. They get their doctorate and then they use that doctorate in their field of study. Every professional degree, no matter what type of professional degree it is, whether it's a Juris Doctor, which is a lawyer, or whether it's a doctorate of nurse practitioner, or whether it's a medical doctor, or whether it's a doctor of psychology, there's so many different doctoral degrees that you can get in the professional lane. But all of them are the same. When you get a professional doctorate, it is a applied doctoral degree. So you're applying that knowledge, you're applying the research that you learn in your field of study, and you become an expert in that field of study. Where it differs from just a PhD is you do have more versatility from the simple standpoint of you're not just limited to just contributing to the knowledge, but you actually can do a little bit more with it. People with professional doctorates also has the option to teach at a university level. There's many people who have professional doctorates that are adjuncts. Some of them are professors. Some of them run educational programs. So it just really varies, and it really depends on what you want to do with that doctoral degree and why you're choosing to get it. So ultimately what I'm getting is called a DBA, which is a Doctorate of Business Administration. It is a very popular degree, but it's really on the basis of, like I said, it's a professional degree. It's really on the basis of it has heavy based research, but it's on using that research to solve a business problem and become an expert on that lane of focus and subject. So that's where my degree is. That's ultimately the reason why I decided to go for a DBA, is because I wanted to be able to contribute to my industry in the ways that I see myself being able to solve problems and being able to add value to my industry. As a person who works in finance, as a finance professional, and as a person who has worked within business, been able to learn how to solve some of these complex business issues and some complex business problems, and learn how to do the different types of research that you would have to do in order to solve these problems, I felt like was beneficial to me as a professional, and ultimately why I chose to go that route. Now, as far as weighting your doctoral degree, honestly, all of doctoral degrees are created equal, in my opinion, unless you're talking about some that are like honorary. That's a very controversial subject. But with honorary degrees, they do not hold any value at all outside of the university that distributed it, and the honorary attachment that comes with it. But just talking about the actual earned doctoral degrees, all of them are weighted the same. They all have the same type of prestige. They all go through the same rigor. They all go through the same type of studies and research. There's not a doctoral degree that you can get that is more prestigious than the other. A PhD is not more prestigious than a DBA or a DPA or a JD, and vice versa. Like I said, one of the things I think that people misconceive is just the purpose and the intent behind getting a degree, and like I said, why you would get a PhD in the first place. And a lot of people think that the PhD is probably like the highest doctoral degree you can get. That's not true. There's several legitimate doctoral degrees that you can get that are just as prestigious and just as high ranking. We all have the name doctor in front of our names once we initially walk that stage and we defend those dissertations and we do those final projects or however you have to do it. You have to defend your knowledge. And after you defended that knowledge, we all get hooded the same way. We all carry the name doctor, no matter if we did it through a medical school, no matter if we did it through a law school, no matter if we did it through a business school, however we did it, we're all hooded at the end of the day. And when you are hooded, you have earned the designation to be called a doctor. You've earned the right to carry that title. And you've also earned the right to consider yourself an expert and to be an expert on your subject matter and in that lane. So, I just wanted to make this video. I just wanted to make it clear in this video as part of my vlog. If you are considering getting a doctoral degree, don't just think you have to get a PhD. There are professional doctorates that might make more sense for you. And for many different reasons. Like, there's several reasons why you would go a route you would go from a doctoral level. I would caution you to just do it just for the prestige, the rigor that it requires, and the type of work and a commitment to the journey that you have to do is not worth it if you're just doing it for clout. And I just want to make that clear because, this is not an easy journey. This is a very difficult journey. You're working more than you want to work. And some of us have careers that already commands and demands a lot of our time. And, with us having families and having to balance spending time with our families, working in our careers, delivering high quality work in our jobs, it's extremely difficult for us to find time to do anything else outside of that. So if you add a doctoral journey to that, you have to consider that there's a considerable amount of time and you have to do quality work. Like, you cannot turn in a paper that you would have done an undergrad or even at a master's level, the bar is most certainly raised at the doctoral level. You're going to work a lot harder. You're going to put a lot more work in. So I wouldn't do this for clout. If you're looking for clout, by all means, look for a place where you can get an honorary PhD. And, it seems these days that the trend of people doing that is quite high. So if you're doing that just for a clout and you want to be like, hey, I'm Dr. So-and-so, then that's probably the best course of option, because a doctoral degree is not a clout chase thing that you would want to do. And a financial, it's very expensive, which this is a whole nother topic for a whole nother different video. It's just talking about the expenses of being a doctoral student. But I just wanted to give some clarity on that, because I've had people ask me, I've had some people misappropriate the type of doctorate that I'm getting. And some people think that I'm getting a PhD. I'm not getting a PhD. I am getting a professional doctoral degree, and it is very much weighted the same way that a PhD is weighted. And I am defending a dissertation, and I'm going through all of the same things to earn it. So when I get hooded, at the time when I get hooded, I'm going to deserve to be hooded, and I'm going to deserve to be called Dr. Evan Williams. But, I just wanted to talk about that. I just wanted to bring some clarity to that. Hopefully that helps somebody to have a better understanding. And if you're interested in getting your doctoral degree, hopefully that helps you to be able to look into it and do a little more research on the type of degree you need to get, and then why you would get that degree and why it would make sense. If you don't want to teach at the university level, you might not want to get a PhD if that's not what you're trying to do. Or if you don't want to just limit yourself to just being a researcher, then a PhD is probably not for you. You probably need to look into a professional doctorate, just like a PhD in education and then an ED. Those are both education-based doctoral degrees, but they're different. But you'll see people in education with one or the other, sometimes even both. But that's going to conclude that. I'm going to leave the rest of this video to you just kind of watching me work, and then I'll update you on where I'm at. Okay, so after a couple of tweaks and edits, I've been able to finish my first assignment. And now that I'm done with that, I want to work on something else that I'm doing for my doctoral study. And I'll probably work on that for like the next hour or two, give or take. There are some things I want to do from a research standpoint that I want to include in my my prospectus for, which I have to have completed within the next 8 weeks. So that's what I'm gonna be working on next. But I'm getting ready to submit this assignment, and then I'm gonna jump into that. I'm gonna let you guys know where I'm at after that. Also, just reiterating, if you have any questions about doctoral programs, about the program that I'm in, or if you're looking for just any type of feedback on, you're trying to make a decision about going back to get, a doctoral degree, feel free to drop me a comment below. We can engage, we can talk. You also can shoot me a message on LinkedIn. I do respond to those pretty frequently. So I just wanted to throw that out there just in case anybody had any like pressing questions that may pop up if you watch this video and you heard everything that I said about the different type of doctoral programs. All right, I just want to throw that in there. Hey, what's going on, guys? So I just finished up my last assignment for the night. I'm gonna probably spend the next half hour in a couple discussions. I want to engage a little bit more before I call it a night. I have a couple responses to some questions that I got within the discussion that I would like to do. But it's about 9:20. I'm gonna probably go into my home and prepare for tomorrow and enjoy the rest of my night. But yeah, that's an inclusion of week 1 of this fall term. It's gonna be a very interesting term, so I'm gonna be sure to vlog all of the work that I'm doing and try to update you guys and let you guys know exactly what I'm working on without revealing too much information as far as some of the details I can't release as of yet. But it's very, very interesting with the classes that I'm taking and what I'm doing. So be able to give you guys a little insight on that. But I'm extremely tired. I'm gonna go ahead and try to enjoy the rest of my night. And I will see you guys a little bit later. Okay, so it's officially 9:40 p.m. my time. I actually plan to catch the remaining fourth quarter of this football game. So I'm gonna thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys later.
At 2:30 they do. Taking their